What's up, guys? YouTube video number 3. A little bit of a different setting. First one was in like the dining room, then in my car, and now we're just in my room. And what wanted me to do this video is because I'm actually leaving for college today in like a few hours. So I was like, why not make this video? Because college literally like starts in 5 days, and I kind of just been reflecting on my high school experience, so I thought this would be kind of a good video to do. So I just have a couple things that I wouldn't say like I regret. It's more of like, because like I try not to have any regrets, but it's more of just like things that like created more problems than good. So the first thing I have for for high school, like one thing that I did that like I really wish I didn't was like try to fit in too much. And that was because if you're like me, your middle school, the majority of the kids from your middle school they go to the high school that you're going to. So I thought it'd be a really good idea to like try to fit in with the cool kids from my middle school in high school, so I could have like social status and all that, because I feel like everyone wants like, or most people want like some social status. So I first I did, and it like at first it was kind of fine. Like I just like I would sit with them at lunch, and it was cool, but it was pretty evident that I didn't like naturally click with them, and they knew that too. So like I would get left out of like all these different social events and stuff that would be going on. I'd be like, wait, what? Like I didn't get an invite. And it took me a while to realize that it was because I just didn't fit in with them really. And what really sucked about that too was because that was like 2 or 3 months, I think, into my freshman year. I was hanging out with them like at the lunch tables and stuff like that. So then I had to like, I kind of just hopped from group to group after that, because in high school, like, people get into cliques and groups so fast. Like after 2 or 3 months, like you're screwed if you don't have a group. So like I kind of just like hung out with the soccer kids for a little bit, and then like these other random people, and like eventually I kind of found my temporary group for a little bit. But like it kind of sucked having to go from group to group because I decided to like pick one that wasn't my fit. So yeah, don't try to like unnaturally fit in. And if you're wondering, well, I don't know if I fit with them, like it's just a gut feeling. Like you know, if you're like kind of like stuff feels like forced, like you don't feel like you're just like coming off naturally, then that's probably the biggest reason that's probably like the biggest example that you're in the wrong group, is if you're like trying to force stuff, or like stuff seems kind of forced, or you just don't really connect well with who you're with. Like, you guys just don't really share similar, I don't know, aspirations. So, number 2, my grades freshman year were like, for me at least, they were pretty trash. I got like, what did I get? I got like mostly B's, but that's aside from the point that like freshman year is at least from like all the schools that I've talked to, like people from those schools, is the easiest year of high school. By the way, this is not chocolate milk. This is like a breakfast drink, if you guys are wondering. I don't know if anyone cares, but this is what this is. So yeah, like freshman year will probably be your easiest year. And if you were someone like me who didn't try middle school at all because they knew it didn't matter for college, then like you need to get your ass like whooped in shape for freshman year, because even though it's easy, like it's still really easy to slack off and like get really mediocre grades when it's like that's the easiest time to get your A's, or whatever you're shooting for, B's. Doesn't matter. Whatever you're trying to shoot for, freshman year is when you should just be like, if you just keep your study habits up, at least for most schools I know, like it's easy. Like it's pretty easy. So you don't want to like screw that up and just like mess around, cuz like I messed around And like my GPA wasn't bad, but it was like mediocre compared to what it could have been. And that kind of sucked because then when I was applying for colleges my freshman year would like my lowest GPA was my freshman year, which that should never happen to anyone. But yeah, it just kind of sucks. So definitely like try freshman year. Like actually, it's good to get into those habits too. And then the third thing is, okay, to all of like the fuckboys out there or like players or like I don't know any of those guys, like don't be like that in high school. Like don't be like a fuckboy or like I don't know how to describe it because it's not like yeah, you know what, just don't be a fuckboy because like it seems fine at first. You're like, oh, okay, well, you know, I'll hit up so and so and so and so and so and so. And depending, especially on your school size too, it's gonna get to the point where like sure, like, you know, might work well at first. Like, oh, you know, I hooked up with so and so and so and so. But it's really bad because eventually, like once you gain that like reputation, it's like it's physically impossible to eliminate it. And you might be like, well, who cares? Like, I don't care if I have that reputation. Like, it doesn't really matter. And I mean, yeah, it doesn't really matter as far as like friendships and stuff like that. But like, a fuckboy is such a negative term that I don't want to put it on myself. But like, I definitely like hit up a lot. Hit up's probably a bad word. I definitely like, I don't know the right word for it, but like I definitely like got around a little bit. That's not like the right phrase, but I don't know, something like that. And it really sucked because once I got that reputation, it was physically impossible for me to actually hang out with any South Point girls like outside of school. Or fuck, I just leaked my high school. All right, well that there now you know. But like it was literally impossible for me to like hang out with any girls from my school because when like even like there were girls like I would make like, great connections with. I'd be like, damn, like she's actually like amazing. Like I can think of like 2 or 3, maybe even 4 girls where I was like blown away in high school. I was like, holy shit, like she's actually like beautiful. But because of the actions that I took, I couldn't. They like no matter how well we connected, they just wouldn't want to hang out with me or even be seen with me outside of school because they knew about my reputation. And even if there are a couple that I know thought like knew I was a good person, but it's more of like the social backlash that happened. Like, oh really, you're gonna like downgrade to like that guy who's like literally hit up that many girls, and then the girls that actually don't so then those are the girls that actually understand. It's still bad, and the ones that don't understand, that you actually like genuinely like and want to make a connection with, like maybe more than just like I don't know hooking up. They don't think that. They're like, oh well, you know, he just wants to hook up. When like you actually might like that person, that girl or that guy. I guess it kind of applies to girls too. So it's both gender neutral, but yeah, that those are like my 3 really big things. So oh yeah, like another like story I want to do like for the last one was like there was this girl like who I sat next to in the English class, and like we like and she was like pretty and we connected so well. Like I was like, oh my god, like I definitely like would want to see her outside of school, like more than friends possibly. Just like I just want to like go on a date with her, like a genuine date. And I remember like it was at first she was like all over it because like it was just such a good connection. And then I remember I Snapchat, I was like, so like are we still on for tonight? And she was with the 2 of her friends that I hit up like 6 months, I think it was like 6 months prior. And I was like, fuck. And she responded in Snapchat, she was like, no, I'm actually like really busy tonight, sorry. And I was like, god damn, I was like, I knew those 2 friends told her all about me. And I'm like, that's the other thing too, like word gets around so easily. So like, anyway, she pretty much just blew me off like on 2 or 3 dates. And I was like, well, fuck this. But it just really sucks. So yeah, that is my advice. Ooh, almost 10 minutes. I'm going to end it before it's 10 minutes. But that is my advice. And peace and love. Like and subscribe and comment. Love you guys. Peace.